Hi, I'm Bruce Boord from Boord Insurance, and I want to talk to you about the coverages you get with an auto insurance policy. All auto insurance policies should have liability insurance. This is coverage for the other party in the event of an accident. There's usually two figures involved. One is per person bodily injury, and the other one is per occurrence. So here's a policy with $50,000 per person bodily injury and $100,000 per occurrence bodily injury. What that is for the individuals in the other car, not your car, the other car or sidewalk, whoever you hit with your car, for their bodily injury, and some judge indicates that you are liable for their damages. You have $50,000 to cover one person, but no more than $50,000 for any one person, or up to $100,000 for everybody in their car. Beside the bodily injury, there's property damage liability. This policy carries $50,000 property damage liability. That's enough to cover just about anybody's Honda Accord that you run into. Besides the liability, you can have, but it's not necessary, uninsured motorist. Uninsured motorist pays your medical bills or the people in your car. There again, there's a first figure that's, say, $50,000 for you, and then $100,000 for everybody in your car. That's for medical bills. Uninsured motorist covers a lot more than just medical bills. Sometimes you can include such things as time off of work, to and from the doctor, anything having to do with a relationship to that accident. Two things about uninsured motorist. One, it can't be your fault to collect on that. And two, we have to identify the other party as being uninsured, or at least underinsured. Because if they have insurance, well, then their insurance would pay for these damages that they did to you and the people in your car. So that's the uninsured motorist. After that, we have something called uninsured motorist property damage. This covers your car if you don't have comp or collision coverage to cover your car from that same accident. If it's their fault, they'll pay up to $3,750 to get your car fixed. No deductible. Once again, it has to be their fault, and we have to identify them as being uninsured. Another coverage on the policy is medical. The medical on an auto insurance policy is a Band-Aid type coverage. It's usually $1,000, maybe it's $2,000, or up to $5,000 coverage. This pays in case the accident is your fault, their fault. It doesn't matter who's at fault. All it has to do is involve your car, and you have this coverage for you and the people in your car, or their car, or the sidewalk. It doesn't matter where they are. If it involves your car, you have a certain amount of medical coverage if you elect to have the medical coverage on your auto insurance policy. Finally, you have comprehensive. Comprehensive stands for any damage that could happen to your car other than a collision. We're talking about fire, theft, water damage a lot of times, and this would cover your car less the deductible. So if you have a $1,000 deductible and your $20,000 car is totaled in a fire, the insurance company would pay you $19,000 because of the $1,000 deductible. Finally, there's collision coverage. Collision coverage is the same thing as comprehensive, but in the event of a collision, hitting another car or object, same deductible applies. The thing about comp and collision coverage is it's usually added to the other coverages to make a liability-only policy what we'd call full coverage. So liability plus comp and collision makes it a full coverage policy. Some agents will also want to include for you towing and labor can be included in the policy. That could be either $75 or $100 per occurrence, or also another coverage to be added to these policies is rental car benefit. A typical rental car benefit might cost you $21 every 6 months, but it will pay you $30 a day in the event of a covered accident to go out and rent a car. You can have higher limits of rental car benefit, say $40 a day. Sometimes you want $50 a day. Ask your insurance agent what the right coverage is for you, and between the two of you, you can come up with the correct amount of coverage you have for both liability, medical, uninsured motorist, comprehensive and collision deductibles, and if you want that towing and labor or the rental car benefit.